Hey, how you doing? Hans Schaff here, the real Hans. I'm just here with my dog, my little miniature dachshund. I'll show him here real quick. Arnold. There's my little dachshund, Arnold. Arnold Schaffenegger. Anyway, let me show you again. Arnold, say hi. All right, you woke him up. He's not too happy. But we're just sitting here watching a little bit of soccer news. And for those of you soccer players out there, or those in the soccer world who follow soccer, you probably heard about Didier Drogba. And this guy, he was an incredible striker, right? And for those of you who are not involved in football or care about football, just hang with me here for a second. But this guy, he was incredible. He won the Champions League, which is one of the most, it's the biggest tournament you can win, pretty much, in club football, okay, or club soccer rather, around the world. It's the most widely followed and watched, and the biggest revenues of advertising, all that kind of stuff. It's like the Super Bowl, basically for club soccer or for club football, club soccer. Anyway, I digress. Anyway, so he won the Champions League with Chelsea, won the FA Cup. You know, they won the Premier League, did all these great things, and he's thinking, I'm on top of the world, and I can do anything I want, right? And so what does he do? He goes to China to play soccer in China. Now, I don't know if any of you, again, who really follow soccer, but how popular do you think soccer is in China? I mean, and nothing against Chinese football or the Chinese or anything like that, but the fact of the matter is English Premier League football, soccer, is the most watched and most popular football league in the world. It's the most entertaining, it's the most profitable and everything. And these players, you know, they get so excited and so hung up on the money that they think, well, I can get a big paycheck from China, so I'm going to move over there and I'm going to have, you know, it's going to be wonderful, right? It's all about the money. Well, and then, you know, find out a year later or so, the news comes out and they're not happy there anymore. They want to go back to the English Premier League. They want to get back in the spotlight. They want to go back to their life in England, right? Because all the things they had that made them happy in England are not there in China. You know, it's just a different situation. So, you know, just case in point. And so now Didier Drogba, he's playing Champions League soccer again, but he's having to play it in for Galatasaray, right? So it's not an English Premier League team. So at least he's still playing, but he just got dropped from his country, Ivory Coast. You know, he's one of their stars, and they dropped him. He's not even going to be on the bench to play for in his upcoming World Cup qualifier, which is a big deal. So they said, you know, once he gets back to his old ways and becomes a good player again, then they'll consider putting him on the bench. And you think Ivory Coast, wow, can they really set somebody on the bench who's such a impactful player? But apparently they can. So it just goes to show that, you know, it's not all about the money. And I think that, you know, in this business, you know, if you've got an online business or just in business in general, you know, people think that, man, if I could just make $1 million, if I could make $10 million, if I could have an 8-figure a month or 8-figure a year, you know, income, that would be incredible. I'd be on top of the world. Wouldn't that be great? And they'll focus so much on the money, and I've been guilty of this in the past. Believe me, I'd focus on just the money, right? And what happens is your life gets out of balance. It gets upside down. You start putting the wrong priorities on things. You know, before you know it, you're either overweight, you're unhappy, you're stressed, you're overwhelmed, you're burned out. You know, you're just not really living life because you're just chasing a paycheck. And what good is life when you can't really enjoy it? You know, what good is it if you've alienated all your friends, all your family? No one wants to be around you because you're, you know, an asshole, basically, right? Because you're all about the money. And that's no way to live life, right? Doesn't matter if you're 25, 45 or 85, right? You want to be able to live life to your full potential, you know? It's like Tony Robbins used to always say, you know, astronauts, when they'd go into space, they'd come back and they'd have severe depression because it's like once you've stepped on the moon, you know, once you've accomplished that goal, once you've done that, what more to life is there to live? You've got to have additional goals. You've got to really live a full life so that you don't end up just completely unhappy, right? It's not all about the money. So as you're building your business out there, make sure you have balance. Make sure you're not just focused only on the money because there's more to life than just money. And if you go after money, you're going to end up losing all the great important things in life that money has to or that life has to offer. And you have all this money, but no one to spend it with, no one to enjoy it with. And you might as well be broke anyway at that point, right? So anyway, just watching this, hearing this story about Didier Drogba, and just thinking, you know, how sad that is. But you know, luckily he's in his young 20s and he made that mistake, or he's not his young 20s, he's actually almost 30 or so. So in his footballing career, maybe close to over, he made a big mistake, but you know, maybe he can come back to it. If he's a good player, if he trains hard, works hard, he can maybe come back from it. But it's a good lesson in life, and hopefully, you know, if you're watching this and you're thinking, man, it's all about the money. If I could just make enough money, my life would be better. You know, people, you know, there's people with there's two kinds of problems, two types of money problems. There's the problem of not enough money, and there's the problem of too much money. So don't think that just because you're making a whole bunch of money, all of a sudden all your problems are going to go away. You'll have a whole different set of problems. In fact, you'll get more problems. More money is just going to amplify whatever issues you have going on in your life. If you're a very happy person, if you're a very balanced person, if you're a very just a great person, that's going to just amplify what you're able to do, and it's going to make your life better. But if you're a bad person and you make more money, it's just going to amplify your bad personality and just going to make you an even worse person. So work on yourself. That's important. You always see these self-development books and trainings and things like that, people talking about it, because it's important. You've got to develop yourself. So be sure that you're growing so you can continue to make more money and have a well-balanced life, because that's the key. Again, that's what we're all about here, is being able to make money while having a life. It's not working 50 hours a day 50 hours a day every single day just to try and make a little bit of money, because you're going to you're going to burn yourself out, and you're going to just make a mess of everything else that's in your life. And that's not what it's about. It's being able to make money while you're enjoying life and being able to live life and sharing that lifestyle. And that's attractive. People want to see that. They want to see that you're able to go to the concerts. They want to know that you're able to travel. They want to know that you're able to spend time with your family, because those things are important. Those are the actual important things in life. And money can help you enjoy those things more, but money without those things means nothing. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this. I just want to share my thoughts with you here. Just learning a lesson from soccer today. Surfing the other day, and now we're talking about soccer. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you at the top. Take care.